Do you have a business that you want to promote live on our show? Send all inquiries to speakup757@yahoo.com. Speak up, speak up. We live, live. 757. 757. Speak up, speak up. We live, live. 757.
Peace and love, everybody.
Right,
Peace and love, man. This Speak Up 757 live. You know what I'm saying? I got my man Nevie back in the building. What's going on, bro?
Yo, some things going on that the streets and people need to know about.
Okay. Before we get started, man, all glory goes to God, man. We just here to inform you guys about what's happening in the court system. I mean, you know, just the Congress, they just repassed this bill on, you know what I'm saying, convictions, man, and we need to, you know, get the streets, man, heads up, man. Come on, Speak Up 757. So basically, what's going down, bro?
Well, basically, as of the day, the Attorney General Sessions, that was his name, Jeffrey Sessions, just reversed what the previous administration did about pursuing drug charges and criminal activity on the federal level. So basically, the previous administration basically was saying, yo, if he wasn't a part of a major drug cartel or a major drug organization, a CCE, which is continuing criminal enterprises, if he wasn't a part of that, then if we could, we wasn't gonna charge him. Say he got caught with an ounce or two of crack, and you know he wasn't a part of no big drug thing. Maybe we're not gonna charge him to where he has a mandatory minimum of 10 years. They were saying if you qualified under certain things that they wasn't gonna charge you like that. But as of today, this new Attorney General under Donald Trump administration, they saying they going out to pursue the most harsh, the most serious, all charges. They're gonna try to oil you up basically. It's no holds barred now.
So, for example, let's say if one of the brothers out there get caught with an ounce of crack, cocaine, that means their maximal, they'll get the maximal.
Well, what it is, the federal government, the way they do, it's not like on the state level. State level, the judge you have a charge, and you have some, you know, basically the judge decides, or he can have leniency on you. So you could, like when you see people saying they get 50 years, but the judge suspended 40. That doesn't happen on the federal level.
Okay.
That's not happening.
Okay.
Federal guidelines means if whatever these people came up with, and they said if you get caught with an ounce of crack, your sentences start at 10 years. That's what it is. Judge can't suspend it, and it's a good and a bad thing because it might be 10 to 15 years. He can't go over the 15 years, but he can't go under the 10 years. So you're going to see that 10 years. Personally, on a personal level, that's what I got caught up with back in the day. It's mandatory minimum 10 years. Judge can't submit. I wasn't a street dude. I wasn't out there like that. But because when you coming from the federal government, if your weight, if your drug amount falls in the range, they got charts. And wherever your amount at, and it has a guideline, is a low amount and a high amount. And you can't go below it, you can't go above it.
Basically, you know what I'm saying, in layman terms, man, he just helping out the prisons, man. Helping out the prisons and the jail
what he's doing is reversing what the previous administration did. They wanted, you know, they changed the crack law under the last administration.
Okay.
Which let some people got back off that. People are coming home because the ratios from crack to cocaine were changed. They was forced to go back, and they made it retroactive to where people actually got time cuts. They actually, time came off of their sentence because they said it was basically discrimination against people that sold crack as opposed to people that sold cocaine, which we know is more prevalent that a black person is selling crack and a white person may be selling cocaine. So it's discrimination right there in the midst of, because you're getting charged more for crack than you are cocaine. So the administration, Obama administration, they rolled that back. People got out of prison. So now this administration, they going back to it. So they going back hard at it. Now it's gonna fill the prisons back up. And if you out there, if you caught up in some stuff, there's stuff you need to know, because at first they was it was changed, but now they going back. They're going back.
They strict. They being very strict. So, man, if you out there, man, doing whatever you doing, man, you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying who or whatever, but it's time to let it go, man. You know what I'm saying. It's time to let those drugs go. They are trying to fill those prisons up, man, with these drug convictions. You know what I'm saying, and they trying to just give us the maximum. But the little bit of, you know what I'm saying, they making everybody look like they're semi-kingpins,
right?
With the little bit that they got,
right? And that's what's filling, and that's what got the prisons filled up. The federal prisons, anyway, they don't got the kingpins, they don't got the guys at the top. They got the mid to lower level dealers, and they hitting them in the head with 10 years off the rip. You getting 10 years, and then a lot of them is 30 years is a lot of dudes got 30 years. 30 years for selling drugs, and half of them wasn't really getting no money, but they don't care.
Right.
They just trying to fill the and Trump is a businessman. So what you expect? I'm sure a lot of his friends, they in the prison business, so these laws, you got to watch how these laws affect regular folk and how it affect people that's in business, because basically he's not here to help the common folk. He's here to help his constituents and his business associates. And you can tell by the laws that he's changing that, anytime you take away on Wall Street, off subject, and you take away the rules that's protecting the investors on Wall Street, you reverse that to where now there's no regulation and no oversight to that. That tells you that law was changed so that the people can get screwed over. How you gonna change a law that puts a watch over people that's giving you financial advice, and you script that? One of the laws that Trump took away. He stripped it away. So now, if you don't know, or you're not knowledgeable, you're not educated about stocks, bonds, 401ks and stuff, Trump made it just so somebody can get over on you.
Right.
And the same thing with this prison thing. It's not here for us. They what up, Gene? They not here to help us. And I just call it like I see it, and I just call it like I see it.
It looked like, the other day, what happened at Bethune-Cookman? A lot of graduates stood up and turned their backs on the speaker.
Right.
And it looked like this is like, the get back from that backlash of the Bethune-Cookman situation. And this is how they get back at us. They use laws. We use marches, and we use all these different type of way to, say that we're pissed off. But they hit us hard. Yeah. They hit us real hard. So, man, please pay attention to what's going on, man. I know, we like to be entertained. I know we don't, we worry about Beyonce's dress, what this dude said in the rap, but they are passing laws, man. They just passed the law to make sure you do over 10 years for the littlest dope dealers in the world, man. Right. He is a straight assault. He say he's with harsher sentences for the smallest crime. On the federal level, you it don't take much to generate a 10-year sentence. Let's get that established. You out there in the streets, it don't take much. I mean, I'm long removed from that, but when I was caught up in it, I knew what the law was, and I could tell you, exactly which amount. I think it was 150 grams of crack started you off at 10 years. I don't remember the numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's something I forgot. Right. But I don't know how many ounces that is, but it's not a lot. Right. I read my brother case, man, when he was caught up with the feds, and they just want 2 ounces now.
Okay, so
two ounces is enough to say, okay, we got
10-year minimum. Yeah.
2 ounces, man.
Yeah,
so
it's not a lot. It's not a lot, and you're not gonna get nothing less. Mandatory minimum means that is a mandatory minimum sentence on the federal level. Judge can't suspend nothing. Judge hands is tied. They went to a room and they came up with saying, for this amount we're gonna get this much time. For that amount we're gonna get this much time. And judges have no power. This has already been preordained and written for them. They just sitting on the bench and they just following the guidelines. And that's how I work on the federal level. Like I said, on the state level, a judge could give you 10 years. Your sentence could say 10 to 15. Judge could give you 10, and then he could choose to say, based on your record, based on your history, he could take away 9 and leave you with 1. Not on the federal level. I'm a victim of it. I'm not. I wasn't heavy, but 10 years was the minimum. The judge say, hey, your record is impeccable. You graduated. You've been working since this. Mr. Sessoms, it's a sad situation. I can't do nothing for you. 10 years. That's it. And I wasn't. I just got off the porch.
Right.
But it's people like me that might have made a wrong turn, and you get caught up. And now you lose 10 years of your life. That's happening all too often. Right now, I'm an owner of a successful business, but that could have been taken away. And I wouldn't have had no chance to do anything. So it's like, it's not worth it, but it's an all-out assault on it now. They going back hard at it. They trying to fill these prisons back up, and you just need to pay attention to what's going on. The administration is, just watch what they're doing. I mean, you really can't control it. This is a consequence of not voting. Let's get that out there too. People thought that they didn't have to vote. So now when stuff not going your way and your people getting caught up, man, blame yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because even if you didn't think it affected you, it might affect somebody that you care about, and then that person may not have been able to vote, but you had the way to vote, the right to vote, and you didn't vote, and now we're gonna be stuck with the ramifications and the consequences of not voting. Because I'm telling you, they want to reverse everything that was done in the Obama era. They feel like Obama was for us. Now they're going back to doing for them, and everything that's being done is for the business person, for the middle class. Now the middle class gonna get a little bit, but it's not for the common folk. It's not for us. Right. So it's important to vote. It's important to know what's going on with your politicians and stuff. I mean, if you can vote, vote. They getting people their rights back. I got my rights back. Get your rights back. Exercise that right to vote, because now we got at least 4 years of this. And as you can see, none of these policies are designed to help us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's like the ratio is off. It's one Nevie, man, that did time to thousands of brothers that didn't bounce back from that sentence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like collateral damage.
Right.
They'll give you the one me, but then they locked up 1,000 of people that's not gonna make it back. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna survive the bid. They gonna come back and then go right back to prison. Start that cycle all over again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, we gotta be connected to what's going on, because man, I'm telling you, this what I see going on, and I'm just sitting back watching. I mean, I voted. I exercised my right to vote this year.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't do it by myself, and the people that think that voting don't matter, look at us now. It matters. Look at what's going on. It's not across the board where it's something for everybody. Only one type of person is being represented in this administration. The Mexican is not being represented. We're not being represented.
Right.
Big business is being represented.
Right.
And the prison's about to get filled back up because the game ain't stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The game not gonna stop.
They see us, man. They watch us. When y'all think they ain't watching, they watching us, man. Y'all on social media, asking where the loud man at, asking where the perks at and stuff, and y'all think it's a game.
Yeah.
But they actually watch that because I seen Facebook watch me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't even talking that. I'm just talking positive. They watching me. So with what they're saying is, look, man, we can get money off of them because they go keep dealing drugs. They not gonna stop. So let's fill these prisons up. Let's make this money because they ain't gonna stop. And that's what we trying to get across to the brothers and sisters, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It comes to a point, man, where, okay, Ronald Reagan, man, he brought drugs in our community, man, in the 80s, right? It's 2017 now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We at a point where we see what they did, and we can cease that from existence. If we just get ourselves together and come together, like you said, Phony, come together as a whole.
Right.
It's power and unity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if we're gonna keep, risking ourselves for some people that's not gonna stop dealing, they gonna fill the prisons up.
What they doing what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you can trick them, you can beat them. So being tricked. So I mean, it is what it is. But when you know better, you do better. So now that you know, you can start putting things in motion to move away from it. You know, I'm not looking for instantaneous results because, you know, change is uncomfortable. Sometimes change hurts. Sometimes some of you right away. You've been doing it all your life. You know what I'm saying? So not expecting the change overnight, but you got to start putting yourself in a position to slowly gravitate away from it and make the change. So, you know, that's what some people think. That's why we won't come together, because some people think that we say we're going to come together and the result is going to be immediate. Nah, it's not going to be immediate. You know what I'm saying? Change is not like that. So it's gonna take some time. Generations. This is just not for us. This is for our kids, their kids, everything. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm telling you, I had to come because we put it out there today, and I posted. First thing I do in the morning is read. I'm not, I read a little bit of, sports and everything, but I'm reading, finding out what's going on in the world, and I'm just making sure I'm aware. It may not affect me personally. It might not affect me right this second, but I'm just aware. I'm just being knowledgeable of what's going on. And I seen that thing this morning about what the Federal Attorney General Jeffrey Sessions did today, and I read that article and I shared it. People was like, yo, you need to get up there, you need to talk to the people, you need to let the people that's not reading, that maybe they might look at your video on Facebook, but they might not read a paper, they might not read an article, but you need to educate them and let them know so they'll be aware too. And that's why I was like, yo, we need, brother hit me up like, yo, you see she said, yo, somebody hit on your page, said, yo, we need to get together and talk to the people about this. And that's why I'm here. I was like, yo, I had to take time out my work day to come stop by and get this out, because I was a victim of it, and it looked like the cycle about to start again. And that was in 1998, and it's 2017, was about 20 years, and the cycle about to start all over again. It's about to be another generation of people that's going in that don't really need to be locked up. They just need, to be educated. They just need some love. They don't need prison, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be locked up. I didn't need to be locked up. I say after 1 or 2 years, I was like, all right, I learned my lesson. I get it. But you know what I'm saying? But they just giving out numbers. They don't care. What's up, Nate? What's up, homeboy? You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, and I just, I don't want to see people, fall victim to the same game that I fell victim, because I've been working all my life, and I vowed I never hustle. I took it, I wore it like a badge on my shoulder, like, yo, I don't hustle, but I got a car, I got money in my pocket. I still fell victim to the game. And then I fell federally. 10 years, mandatory minimum. I ain't never did a crime before in my life. 10 years. Don't take 10, you ain't gotta give no man 10 years to teach him a lesson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just need to get his attention, but they don't view it like that because it's just a number to them.
Right. They make money while we inside those prisons.
Absolutely.
Man. It's money being made, and that's what they were saying about the 13th Amendment. How they're making, you know, they're turning, instead of saying we're slaves,
right,
they're just pushing us to the penitentiary and let us do free labor through the penitentiary.
Let me tell you, when I was in, you know, everybody got to work, man. So, but you know, that's how I came across plumbing. You know what I'm saying? And it's changed my life. So, you know, I don't regret anything because it's all a part of, you know, it's all a part of the cycle. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't change nothing about my life because going through that got me to where I'm at. Because if I never took that walk, I would never be where I'm at now. I needed to be sat down so I could, it got my attention. It's like, yo, you ain't never did a crime in your life, you get 10 years the first time. that was an eye opener.
That's real, but that's, man.
You know, but that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I just want dudes to know that is another way. You know what I'm saying? So, but yo, man, it's
surreal, man. It's surreal that they handing out these sentences and they forcing us to be inside that system. Now, like I said, a lot of people is not strong as you, my brother. There's a lot of people that don't have that education. They don't have that mind frame.
Right.
So when they fall victim of that system, they say, you know what? I'm gonna go out and do more devious things.
More, right.
You see what I'm saying? And then it's institutionalizing them to stay in the system.
Man, let me tell you, when I was in, I won't never buy a Delco Remy product. That's an auto parts maker. They make auto parts. We was in Petersburg. They had a factory in there, built the factory on. They had dudes in there. I think if you worked in a regular job, I think he was making 25 cents an hour. Some people was making less than that. I was in the plumbing shop. I think I was the head plumber. I was making a little bit more, but dudes was flocking like sheep to that factory because they would think they was paying like 95 cents an hour or 85 cents an hour. And these dudes was flocking over there. Yo, these dudes, this company had a whole factory in the penitentiary making parts that they was out here selling for top dollar. They wasn't discounted parts. They were the same parts, and they paying these, you know, they paying inmates and prisoners cheap labor to sell. I would never buy Delco Remy. Never buy. I never would support that. And I'm sure it's some more companies that got factories inside the joints. Yo, this is big business, and they mastered the game. They created the game, so of course they mastered it. So I'm like, yo, you best to be educated about what's going on, because when they get you in the system, it's designed to keep you coming back and keep you in the system. Only few of us make it out to where we don't go back.
Yeah, and basically, in layman's terms, again, you're selling drugs to become a slave.
Right.
So you go, peace, JR, peace and love, brother. You go from driving fancy cars, wearing expensive clothes and stuff, and then you go into be a slave. Yeah,
because they're making money. They're making money off the institution. The tax dollars pay for the COs. You know, it pays to keep up the prison. You know, so it's making money like that, and then all the people that invest in prisons, they making money too. I mean, it's stories. You can read articles about multiple localities getting upset because they was promised that the prison was gonna stay packed. Right. And now they running out of people to put in the prison. So these people like, yo, I need y'all to do y'all job and get more people to lock up in here. That's why this lobbying thing on Capitol Hill is like a double-edged sword. is a gray area because you got people that have their own personal agenda that's going to politicians, going to Capitol Hill saying, hey, we're going to give you this money, we're going to support your campaign, but we need you to support the bill that we want, which is in sense is going to make me money. So I'm going to pay you to vote for this bill that helps make me make money.
Right.
But the way they got it written out, they call it lobbying.
Right. So basically what Brother Nevie was saying was these companies donate money to people that can be inside the House of Representatives, the President, the Congress, and they give them millions of thousands of millions of dollars. So when you find out Trump made it as president, he got a lot of people that invested in him that he got to worry about.
Right.
Not us.
Right.
We keep on thinking
Right.
that it's us.
Nah.
Have you ever seen a Chinese person care about who was the president?
Nah.
They don't care who the president is because they practice economics within themselves.
Right.
They don't look for a handout.
From the government.
Right.
That really has ulterior motives. The government not here for you.
For you, they here for the people that invested in them. Them people give them people millions of dollars, y'all.
Yeah.
What makes you think they gonna come to our hood, they gonna come to North Virginia and fix everybody up in Norfolk when this company that gave Trump $5 million in his campaign?
Yeah, that's when it started getting real deep because you got to understand that that's why Trump is a businessman. That's why he's taking away, cutting Medicaid, Medicare, all these joints because he don't care about helping the people. That's why they criticize Obama because they felt like he was helping the people that can go out there and work and get it. They don't believe in bringing everybody up. They saying we already got it. All we're concerned about is keeping it. We don't care about bringing the whole nation with us. We just trying to keep what we got. So Trump cutting everything. I mean, Planned Parenthood, Medicare, all these things. If you look,